She knows, she's content, she's at peace with it. She's not into men. But there is one part of dude she needs right now. Katie, our producer, Katie.
Yeah. So for those of you all who may not know, I'm a lesbian, and I have no interest in dating men anymore. So I've always thought, I know that I want to have kids in the future. And right now I'm 27, and I know I'm not quite ready for kids just yet, but I want to have them. And I've always thought about when that day comes, what route am I going to go? Mm-hmm. You know, how am I going to do this to find the perfect donor? Because I want whoever is the father of my child to actually want to be in the child's life. Like, I want it to be, say if I went to a bank and found a donor, I would want it to be where they would say that you could contact me.
Oh, okay.
You know, I would want that to happen.
Okay.
So you wouldn't want it to be closed. You want it to be open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
How does something like that even work anyway? I'm really curious. Like, when you go to like one of those banks, I'm just taking us in a different direction, but we can stay here for a second. When you go to one of those banks, do they tell you like everything about the dude? Like his height, where he's from, what he does? Really?
Eye color, height, like everything, level of education, obviously medical history. Like, you're basically flipping through a catalog of donors to figure out, you know, what you want your child to be half of.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
So I always thought that maybe I would go that route. And then I also toyed with the idea of a friend. If I would go with a friend, it'd probably be easier, someone that I would know. But then I thought that would be too weird, especially if it's like a best friend. I thought it would just be creepy. However, within the last 4 months, I think I found the perfect man who I want to be the father of my children.
Seriously?
And just to remind everybody, you're not in a serious relationship right now, right?
No.
To where that you were, you know, like you're actually contemplating having children. This is just for like seriously
Years
down the road.
But
Okay.
I mean, and you know this guy now. I mean, all right. So this would be the kind of thing like you could approach him now, even without having a girlfriend or a life partner, and say, "Look, you know what? I'd like to save that liquid gold, that white gold, and use it for another time."
What
right?
what a tremendous compliment if you think about it. I think you are such a specimen of a man, and you incorporate every quality I would want my future children to have.
Yes.
I mean, it's a huge compliment.
Is
it's
he
a
athletic?
big ask.
Yeah. Athletic?
He's not athletic. His body type is not like super built. He's slender. He's slender, tall, good looking. He's just a gorgeous man. And he's not that close of a friend. He's not like my best friend. Whose wedding I was in, I would feel like that's too close. Like, if I ask my best friend, I'm like, hey, I might need you in the future to be a donor. No.
Is he to your left right now?
No.
Okay.
It's a good ask.
All right.
Are you offended that you weren't top pick?
A little bit.
Okay.
Is Mo at least on the bench? Like, if 4 people turn you down or 5, how deep would you have to go on the roster?
Mo and I are too close. That's another situation. Too close. I wouldn't want Mo to be the father of my children. I would want him to be the uncle of my children.
But he needs that compliment right now. Like, honestly, if a dollar bean asks a straight man, like, you're tadpoles, you are the one.
Yes.
That is the biggest compliment of all time. I would accept that crap like an Academy
Can
Award.
he be the father uncle? Like the kid?
The Funkle?
Yeah, the Funkle.
The Funkle.
So like he could be the dude, but the kid would never know he was the dude, but he would just be involved in his life.
No, because I want my kids to know their father.
Sorry, no
as
Funkle
their
for you.
Father.
All right. It's all right.
So this guy, it's the perfect middle ground. Not too close, but not too not close. Where I could still have a relationship, and I think that we would still have a good friendship, and he would want to be like the father of my children. Go ahead.
Is this man in a relationship of any sort?
No, he's not in a relationship right now. He's single. And he wants kids as well. But I just don't know how to ask him, like, how do I approach him and say, hey, you would be the perfect father for my children. Are you interested in the future?
I would write it on a note and say, circle yes or no.
Yeah. One of those maybe one of those banners behind a plane, fly it over the city. Could ask him that way. I think you're getting in your head. I think Kristen made a really, really good point. He's going to take this as a compliment.
It's a huge compliment, but it's also a huge responsibility. So you can't get, I would hope you wouldn't be offended if he was like, no, that's too much for me. Bart was asked this by a very close friend of his some years ago. She and her girlfriend wanted him to be the donor for their baby. And he was like, thank you so much for the compliment, but I'm going to have to decline.
I got so many questions.
Okay,
so many questions. All right, first there's the ask. And then got to be careful, still relatively early, because you have a history of men, and it's not like you're repulsed by men, is the way that.
Well, you're assuming she's going to carry the baby. Maybe
Yeah, I
she
guess
would.
I am.
Yeah.
I would carry the baby.
Okay.
So if you're going to carry the baby, is it done through a bank or is it done the more traditional way?
I would not do the more traditional way. That would just disturb me. That's a little too intimate.
Okay.
You would save a lot of money, but you would end up paying for it mentally.
Yeah. So I don't want to go that route. I'm more of, here's your cup. Have fun.
Okay.
And,
I don't think that's any dude's idea of fun. I don't think, maybe. Okay.
I would not go the traditional route.
But you also have to think too. So he's single now, but you're not having kids tomorrow. So like maybe 5 years down the road, he could be in a relationship. That's no longer a one-person decision. That's a two-person decision.
That's true.
So you should do it
You gotta
now.
ask today.
Like this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, and have it done
Yeah.
by 6.
You could.
that's what I'm thinking.
Technically, you could. So what you could do, just because for those that don't know, I've done IVF twice, so I'm very familiar with somebody donating into a cup and having to, be artificially inseminated, all that stuff. So you could take your eggs and take his stuff and go ahead and mix it together and then freeze it, and then you could have embryos ready to go
For years?
for years.
Yeah, man. They just
Ice
hang out.
babies,
I
right?
mean, you got to pay rent to store them,
Yeah.
and that ain't cheap. But for as long as you want, you can freeze those bad boys and have them in a cooler ready to go for
You can't
whenever
keep
you
them
are
in the
ready.
freezer at the crib.
No,
cheap?
man, I wouldn't keep them next to the ice cream.
Ew. You come home
Handle
drunk.
of vodka.
You come home drunk one night. Oh, no.
That's a good point.
He's sober up the next morning. The ice cream's still there. No. All right. So
In all
let's do that.
sincerity, really, sorry to be getting super scientific, but because your eggs are younger and fresher now, that actually would be a more beneficial route to go ahead and do it now and get those young, fresh eggs. Because the older you get, the more they
Scramble.
trust me, I know. But if you go to a fertility clinic, go ahead and go and let them check, because you could be a certain age, but your fertility age can be something completely different. You actually could be younger or older fertility age-wise.
All right. So the first question was, how do I approach this guy? Right?
Oh, I already went into where she's freezing her eggs and they're doing it. Like, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we're
Well,
good.
I thought that you could at least practice, because Mo's not going to be the dude. He's going to be the uncle. So why don't we at least practice on Mo? So when you use the words for the real dude, you're ready to go.
Let's just turn this into a texting tutor.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I would never.
I was
Oh
gonna say,
my God.
I was going to say, I was thinking, why are we texting Mo? He's right there.
No. I was like, I do not have the bandwidth emotionally.
That is not a text
That's
when you're
not a
asking
text.
somebody
Yeah,
to
that's
be
a
the
fact.
father of your child.
All right. So let's set let's set the environment. Where do you envision this even happening?
At our favorite bar. We have
Favorite
a
bar.
favorite spot together.
Oh, you're
Okay.
doing it out in public.
Yeah.
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 What do you
Alright.
think he's going to do? Like freak out?
No.
Well, he's not
Over
going to make a
drinks.
scene in front of people.
I gotta,
You gonna get him a little
warm
tipsy?
him up a little bit.
So we a couple drinks in.
I might wine and dine him a little bit
Okay.
before I ask
Yeah.
Okay.
this.
I think
All
that's the
right.
least you could do. Okay, so there you are at the bar at Chili's. And so
I
you,
want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
all right, go ahead.
So I always joke that you're gonna be my baby's father.
Yeah, he's stupid.
It's so great, and your personality is dope. We always vibe and have like a great connection and stuff. And people say that we would make a good couple if I wasn't a lesbian. But
I know, that's crazy.
I love you so much that I think, I really would want you to be the father of my children in the future.
Huh?
If you would be willing to actually, be my donor.
You serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How long you felt this way?
About 4 months.
What? Wow. Okay.
I mean,
This
look, it would work.
this is a lot. I gotta think about this.
Okay.
It's a big responsibility. You sure?
I
Like
mean-
me? Why me?
I already told you, like, your personality is amazing and you're gorgeous. Like, come on now. Beautiful kids, great personality,
I mean, it's a big commitment. We talking about the rest of life.
Yeah. But it's just a child. I mean, you said you want kids in the future.
Now,
I don't know if
I'm not,
It's just a child.
It's just a child. I've
It's
thought about
just a
this for 4 long months.
She panicked.
I think Kayla need a little more practice.
It's gonna need some work.
We were coming in for the landing, but we crashed.
It's not like it's a puppy.
It's just a child.
Like,
Why are
just
you
a child,
making a
my
big
guy.
deal about
You gotta
it?
relax.
It's just a child. All right, let's rework it. Okay.
Okay.
Run it up the flagpole. We can try it again later.
That ain't a flagpole. She running it up.
The Bert Show.